Before the rivers, before the forest, before the voices of men or beasts, there was only silence, a silence so heavy that it pressed against itself, folding over and over like the thick grey clouds before the birth of a mighty storm. In that great silence floated Woyengi, mother of beginnings, she who decides the breadth of the world. She moved across the endless nothingness, her form shimmering like water catching the last light of a dying sun. She was not made, she simply was. And from her heart, she carried the longing to fill the emptiness with life. Woyengi knelt upon the invisible floor of the void and placed her palms flat against it. She closed her eyes, and from deep within her throat, she released a song. It was not a song of words. It was a song of movement and promise, a low hum that vibrated through the very bones of the universe to come. From her song, the first waters were born. At first, they trickled, small silver streams flowing from between her fingers. Then they gathered speed, rolling, rushing, surging outward, filling the emptiness with the sound of water running, breaking the silence like glass. And as the river swelled and spread, Woyengi opened her eyes and smiled, for she had given the world its first breath. The great rivers were the arteries of the heart: Niger, Nun, Focados, Orashi, and others without name. They rushed out, carving valleys, pulling at the heads that did not yet know how to stand firm. Where the rivers met, lakes and lagoons were born. Where they wandered, forests whispered awake. Where they kissed the air, the mist gave birth to clouds. But water, by its nature, does not like to be alone. It calls to other forces, to wind, to earth, to spirits. And so, even as Woyengi rested, her rivers called forth the spirits of the water, born from the droplets, formed from the spray. They were Benehotu, the swift one of the tide; Ayiba, the whisperer of secrets; Agadagba, the deep lord of unseen currents; and countless lesser ones, tiny glimmers of thoughts, laughter, anger. Each river was given the spirit, a guidance to watch over its flow, its mood, its mysteries. Some spirits were kind, blessing the fishermen and the travelers. Others were fierce, punishing those who disrespected the water with storms and floods. The rivers, under Woyengi's blessing, became alive. They were not just paths for boats or homes for fish. They were living beings with memories, anger, and love. When Woyengi shaped the first humans from the wet soil near the river's edge, she did not dictate their fates. She gave them a choice. Standing on the riverbank, the new humans watched the goddess tower over them, radiant and endless. Her voice was the voice of waterfalls and monsoon rains. Choose your path, Woyengi said. Will you seek a long life or a short but great one? Will you chase wealth or wisdom? Will you love deeply or conquer widely? Choose, and let the rivers carry your choice forever. And the humans, trembling but eager, choose. Some chose foolishly and were cursed. Some chose wisely and were blessed. Some refused to choose at all and were swept away by the tides, forgotten by history. Thus, from the very beginning, the rivers carried not just water, but faith. Before she withdrew from the waking world, Woyengi planted one final song into the rivers, a warning wrapped inside the gifts. She sang softly, "Where water moves, life shall thrive. Where water dies, so shall you. Honor the rivers, speak to the spirits, for if you forget them, they will forget you, and all you have built will drown." And with that, Woyengi vanished into the midst of the beyond, leaving the rivers, the waters, the spirits, and the humans to shape the world together. To this day, the Ijaw people whisper their prayers by the riversides. They leave offerings where the water kisses the land. They teach their children to listen to the sigh of the waves and the murmur of the currents. For they know the rivers remember, the rivers choose, the rivers live, and somewhere hidden in the endless tides, Woyengi still sings.